Chapter 121, The Enlightened Shield 2. No comparison meant no harm. Meng Sixi felt a little dejected. However, the conditions that the teacher proposed were rather high. 7 days to activate the fundamental Danshin. Not many people could do that. He, Meng Sixi, had taken 27 days to activate the fundamental Danshin. That was considered fast in the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association. On the other hand, Luo Murong did not feel anything. It had been very easy for him to enter the Genetic Martial Arts Association and become a disciple. Out of the 4 people in the room, only Zhu Tui was still hesitating. It felt too sudden. He had only wanted to join the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association. Why did he suddenly become his disciple? And it's also his last disciple. Should he acknowledge him as his teacher? Meng Sixi was shocked when he saw Zhu Tui hesitate. He wanted to kick Zhu Tui. If it was him in the past, he would have agreed long ago. What was the point of hesitating? Mr. Shen, what does this last disciple need to do? What's those? There's no need to do anything else. You would be considered part of my lineage under the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association. It's more convenient for you to do things sometimes. You also had a slightly higher starting point in the Genetic Martial Association. You will become a level D member if you join us. The imparting of many cultivation technique manuals will depend on the progress of your training that I give you. Of course, you would still need the levels and contribution points if you want to learn other types of Genetic Ancient Martial Arts, including entering the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Hidden Pavilion. The Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Hidden Pavilion. Zhu Tui was a little confused. It's the library. A small portion of the books you borrowed from me before were borrowed from the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Hidden Pavilion. However, I don't have high borrowing rights, that's why you can read them. You should be happy that you'll be a level D member when you enter the organization. Many students of the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club are level E members of the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association even after they enter the school and graduate, Luo Murong explained. Zhu Tui was very tempted when he heard that. Why would he not agree to such a good deal? Thank you for your care, Mr. Shen. I will try my best and see if I can activate my fundamental Danshin within 7 days, Zhu Tui immediately agreed. Alright, Shen Jiushuang was very happy that Zhu Tui agreed. Since that is the case, and I happen to be free today, I'll personally guide you through the secret early stage lesser heavenly cycle genetic chain. If you can activate your fundamental Danshin within 7 days, you would become my disciple. You would be able to bear the benefits. If you can't, then you are also a descendant of Mr. Shang. I'll consider this a goodwill deed and a wish. By the side, Meng Sixi's eyes almost popped out when she heard this. When he had first entered the school, his senior brothers and sisters had taken turns to guide him. When he activated his early-stage lesser heavenly cycle genetic chain, his master had never personally taken action. Zhu Tui's treatment. Their master had taken action personally even before he entered the school. Other than the inexplicable heartache, it also made Meng Sixi feel a sense of urgency to train. Otherwise, wouldn't Zhu Tui catch up to him if he managed to enter the school? At this moment, the muscular Meng Sixi was glad that he had entered the school much earlier than Zhu Tui by at least 2 years earlier. He had to train hard. He must not let Zhu Tui catch up to him. Zhu Tui sat cross-legged on the ground. While he was calming his mind and focusing, a powerful heat suddenly surged into his lower abdomen from his back. It instantly turned into an extremely thin line. Remember it with your heart. Every point that my inner key stays in your body is a point that you need to activate the early stage lesser heavenly cycle genetic chain. When you have completed the early stage of the lesser heavenly cycle, the energy field you cultivated would be able to operate at will around your upper body. It can be used as a defense during critical moments. This is very useful to the mystery branch. It'll only guide you 3 times. How much you remember will depend on your comprehension ability. The moment Shen Jushuang finished her sentence, the scorching heat in Zhu Tui's Danshin suddenly turned into a thin line and was drawn out of his Danshin. The line ran to the perineum and paused. A spot in Zhu Tui's perineum suddenly felt hot and painful. A few seconds later, the thread of inner energy was extended again. Shen Jushuang explained the process to Zhu Tu as he guided him along. 100 years ago, the lesser heavenly cycle was done from the major acupoints of the human body. However, 100 years ago, no one could cultivate inner qi, which was the energy field. Ever since the Great Genetic Age, the Grand Master Cheng Fengxi had walked the path of genetic evolution. He then cleared the name of ancient martial arts and had discovered the lesser heavenly cycle genetic chain. There were a total of 18 genetic base points. After the genetic base points were activated, the energy field would form a small closed-loop circulation within your body. Not only would it not exhaust your body, but it could also replenish your energy, so you would also last longer during battle. These 18 genetic base points did not have any unique characteristics or stimulating methods. It was extremely difficult for others to detect and sense them. Later on, we developed a unique method of guiding the inheritance of genetic ancient martial arts. Your main task now is to remember the root of my inner qi. Remember as many of the 18 genetic base points as you can. It did not matter if you could not locate the 18 genetic base points accurately. You need to have guidance several dozen times to find the target. You can look for someone else or a senior brother or sister to guide you around in the future, Shen Jushuang suggested. He understood the root of the energy field once he went through it. However, just as Shen Jushuang had said, these 18 genetic base points were extremely difficult to find and memorize even if a teacher was personally guiding the inheritance. The location that he was directed to was only the size of a pin. Furthermore, it was not at the surface of his skin.